Right then, we are back. Rather, I am back. And I'm just mixing. I don't know if you remember the last time I did this. There was a little bit of mixture left, which was a mixture of the varnish, which is this, and a mixture of this, the Gloss Super Heavy Gel. Now, I had very little of that left over, and I have mixed in some just gel into that mixture. So now there's very little varnish in this, and most of it is the gel. This is slightly old, which is why you can see that it's kind of like the texture of curd. It shouldn't be. It should be a smooth texture, but for our purposes this will work just fine. It'll still do the same thing. It'll probably take a little longer to dry is all. I've also taken a slightly bigger palette knife this time to hopefully get a smoother finish on laying this out. I'm still confused, or I am always thinking about whether I should first put the flowers here and then lay out the medium, or I should first lay out the medium and then push in the flowers. But I figured that it's better to first lay out the medium and then push in the flowers. I have also sprayed the flowers with some varnish. Now they aren't exactly, you can still break them apart, so it's not like they're firm. But what was happening the last time was that, you see, the color is kind of spread, which is fine, but I just wanted to try something different this time. So the consistency looks fine. I've literally just mixed this, and I'm just gonna get a pair of scissors so that if I decide which flower stems to cut, then I can just cut them right then and there. All right, okay, so we're gonna first lay this out. I know I speak to friends sometimes on the phone, and everyone's like, how's it going? Where is the daffodil art? Like, is it done? Like, how long is it gonna take? And I'm always like, haan yaar, sook raha hai. It's still drying. What do I do? It takes so long to dry. I mean, even though it's summers, the way acrylics work is, of course, you need some airflow, etc. But the resin especially, sorry, not the resin, the varnish, it has solvents. So it isn't just a factor of how much air the piece is getting. Let me just pour it out like this. It's also a factor of, the solvents have to evaporate from the medium for it to get hard and for it to dry. Ooh, that's what she said. So, so it takes time, and I am super impatient. I mean, I had uploaded one 3-minute video today just showing how I've been applying layers of varnish, and then I had thought that maybe another 2-3 days I'll do, like, even in that video I say that I'll do another 5 to 7 layers, and yet here I am. Nobody's doing 5 to 7 layers. In any case, Abhi, now this medium is over. This is all I had. So I will not, till the lockdown is lifted, we'll probably have to pause the painting, unless of course I find something else. I do have some matte super heavy gel, but I'm not a fan of that, yeah. Like, I don't know, it's not my kind of thing. So the matte is not as shiny as this. It's not as, glossy as this. So I'm not sure if I want to use that. But I mean, if it comes to that, I will definitely use it. Yes. So we've spread this out mostly. I think I will have to use my hands here a little bit. See, it looks white right now, but when it dries like transparent. You have these bottles have like gradings on them. For example, I'll just show it to you. Let me just get this out ek baar. Almost there. I don't want to waste anything because anyway I don't have much. But I don't leave even a little bit inside the jar because it's just gonna go down the drain otherwise, literally. Okay, I'm gonna close this because there is still some very little left in it, and if you can tell. So yeah, as I was saying, you have these gradings. It's not visible on this. Yeah, it's visible here. See, like it says thick or fluid. So the dot is here, so that means it's very thick. Then it's the dot moves from matte to gloss, so this is super gloss, and this is almost transparent. Whereas the matte one is it is also almost transparent. So maybe I could actually use this and pour some you know, varnish over it. Okay, I guess we might just be able to finish this then. I mean, obviously not in this video, but during the lockdown is what I meant. So as you can see, this bigger palette knife is helping spread it a little better compared to the chotu one that I used last time. But literally, like I've said so many times before, if you just have the right materials, you can just do this at home. If you have some special flowers saved over, you have all these pressed flowers, maybe your boyfriend gave them to you, your mom gave them to you, you know, and you want to preserve them. And you know, in India there's so many, I mean not just in India, anywhere, there's so many things that can get to your flowers or paper. Like I have a lot of silverfish in this apartment and I can't really do anything about it. It's a rented apartment and the silverfish is not in this apartment, it comes from other places, because I have done whatever I could do and the silverfishes still keep coming. So they come and then they die, but then they keep coming. So the best way to preserve it is to just make it inaccessible to the little critters. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now, and I'm gonna just wipe this a little bit. Leave it here and let's see what we can do with the flowers. I have some tissue paper here with which I'm going to wipe it right now, because I will not go and wash it right away, maybe later. We'll see what happens with the flowers first, because we might need to use more of the gel. Alright, so let's look at what we have. This is kind of broken. Now the way I had placed this is that I know that there is a negative space here in the middle. So obviously you need to plan that before you just keep it. Or if you're working in sunlight, you can hold it against the light like this and you can kind of get an idea of what is where. Obviously you shouldn't be doing it blind, because then, okay, let me quickly take a look at these. Now even I'm feeling doubtful. Okay, yeah, so I just held it up against the light and I know the negative space is kind of here. I can also use reference photos. So this can actually, the whole thing can fit. I can do this. Yeah, see, the flower is not exactly good. The thing is, if you make it wet completely, that is only possible with the varnish. You can't do it with this. Not with the medium. Oh, it's kind of broke. I'll see a little bit if I can apply this. So if I have to put varnish on this, then it doesn't take away from the color of the flower. But again, there's not a lot that I can do in that case. There's this. I think I would like to break this off from here. And maybe, yeah, I think this is better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this looks nice. I'm going to do this with each of the stems that I end up putting here. There we go. Ooh, a little bit, obviously it'll break, yeah, it's not. But I think that's also, there's a bit of serendipity in that, the way it works out. This also I would like to break. This might work, yeah, just till here. Okay, so this goes here. I like it. I don't want to cover all the negative space, because there's a, it won't look nice otherwise. It'll just look like a random placement of flowers, which is not what I'm going for at all. Cover this with as much as possible. Some of these petals are, you can always bend them, even if they break, it's fine. So it looks nice. There we go. Mainly I'm trying to cover the flower so that it can retain some of that color, which the varnish just leaches at, because it has solvents. Even this, what I'm using has solvents, but it's not that bad compared to the varnish. The varnish like instant suck the color out of everything. Huh. Again, smally here. Yep, like it. Oi. Oh, that's like totally broken. Maybe I can put this under it. Will it go? I think it should. There we go. Yeah, kind of works. Perfect. It's nice. And it'll stay forever. Unless obviously there's a nuclear apocalypse, in which case nothing is going to stay. I won't be here to remember who gave these to me, so it won't really matter in any case. That's how my brain works. I can't help it. And it's not just because of the lockdown. This is how I think. Always. So you try to do the best you can with what you have, and then there's only so much that you can control. Okay, next. Oh, I've got some. I don't want this. So I'm wiping it on my jeans. I wipe everything on my jeans. I mean, these are the jeans. So I guess it's fine. Ah, this is cute. How do I get it on so that I can... You know what? I'm gonna break these off. Oh, it's got a little sticky. It is fine. You know what? Maybe we can have a little, you know, stuff like this. Just the flower with no stems. Okay. There we go. Oh, I like this. I mean, it doesn't have to be absolutely level. Even the previous application that we had done, it wasn't really level per se. There's only so much that you can do. Yes. Because like I said, I think in one of the videos I've said it, that next time I'll probably try this with flat pressed flowers. Ooh, I don't know. I think there'll be a larger chance of me actually using more layers. This we can, maybe we can do like this. Yeah, or maybe turn like, yeah, this is better. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there you go, there you go. It's perfect. Again, trying to cover up that pretty yellow of the stamen. It's called the stamen. I have no idea. And I just have to Google it and then I'll know. But right now I'm in the middle of painting. This is a form of painting, isn't it? And this is interesting. Maybe we could do something like this. So right about here, because remember we want that negative space as much as possible. Don't want to completely cover it. How's everyone hanging in there otherwise? I mean, I know I have, you know, these things that I can do. Not everyone has access A to art materials. B, even if you have access to them, it's quite possible that you might not be able to do this kind of stuff because, I don't know, you have pets and kids and everyone is home, and I kind of live with my partner and he does his own thing, I do my own thing, so I don't have to like take care of him in that sense. I mean, he's a grown-ass adult, so he doesn't have to really take care of me. I don't really have to take care of him. Okay, next one. This is very interesting. But I don't know if it'll work. I can put it here, but I'll definitely want to break off the stem here. Here, okay. Very interesting, now. Like the way this thing is kind of bent. Ooh, pretty. Okay. And God, how do I cover this? There's so many in this. So many flowers. I can maybe tease one out a little bit. Yeah. one, and these are, you can take some from here. This is too high though, yeah, it's not gonna work. Are these flowers stuck to each other? Kind of are, because I varnished them. Let's see if I can separate. This can come here. These are again too high. So yeah, I mean, this is not everyone's cup of tea, obviously. They're friends of mine who are like, oh my god, this is too much work. I'm like, yeah, it is. But that's also kind of partly why I enjoy it. Because then I get to see the fruits of my labor. So a petal broke off and we can just leave that there. Okay. Again, this is nice. So maybe just this much. Right here. Perfect. So all this white stuff is going to dry into transparent stuff. So the flowers will be right under there. No worries. Ooh, was I blocking the video? I hope not. And the varnish is very fluid, so whatever gaps etc there are under the flowers, you can kind of put it, the varnish will cover those areas. Yeah, I haven't covered this, for example. I can cover it now. And everything is slightly damp now because of this, so it's a little more bendy once you've put it in, and then you can decide slightly, you can kind of mold it, tweak it. Not a lot, obviously. I really want to do one more where I crush the flowers, or we have just the flowers, because those can go into tiny spots. So we can do one here. I have to cover it, slather it. I'm kind of holding it. Come back to it in a bit. And maybe this one can be really tiny right here. Huh, okay. Since it fell like that, why not? You can use it just like that. Serendipity. I'm all for it. And like I said, I did want to use one where I could just kind of crush the flower a little. I think this will be the only layer. I won't be doing anything after this. So whatever we have now, we can use to, oh, so pretty. Oh my god. Can I use any of these two? Maybe I can use one. This one. I can use this one. Where do I use this one? Here? Or maybe like this? Yeah, that could work. Yeah, nice. I really like discovering stuff like this. Suddenly you're like, oh, idea! That's my kind of thing. This one's a little pushed into the edge, which is just as well. I don't mind at all. See the tape on the edges, no? I'll have to put more tape. Because it's getting thicker. And B, okay, and we're gonna do a little crush fest. We can do the crush fest here. Is that fine? Yeah, we can do that. I have more petals and stuff. Some stems, more petals. So the last time I'd done this, most of the petal stuff is in this area. So I'm just trying to spread it out a bit. That's one. Someone said it looks like a cake. I kind of see it. There we go. Let's see if to be sure to embed all this also, because the varnish will eat away at the colors of this as well, which it did last time. It's fine, it's for a certain aesthetic, it works. But I don't like it. I want a little bit of that yellow. I don't even know if I'll be able to do it this time, but I mean, I have to try. There we go. Okay, I think that should be it. Some of it is obviously going to need varnish, a lot of layers of varnish. Some of it is fine, some of it is not going to stay yellow. But yeah, I think this works. I mean, just because I have all those flowers, I don't have to put all of them. I still have a few left, and that is fine. We could still do, okay, maybe what we can do is, let's see if I can. God, I need to wipe my hands because I cannot handle anything right now. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's super sticky also. But it's like, I've told you before, right? It's like Fevicol. So it's no big deal. You can remove it from your hands by just doing this, which I won't do on top of the painting right now. But you can remove it. And eventually, of course, you can just put your hands under water and peel it off. It all peels off like that. Okay, what I'm going to try and do is just get this yellow part. Now let's see if we can do something. Oh no, it breaks. Okay, never mind. I mean, I could get it off if I did it nicely, which means I could slice it off with a blade, or if I had separated it earlier, then it would have probably worked. And right now I'm just pushing it. Because I like the little yellows. If I can get one, I just want to put it like in the center. Let us see. Try a look. I don't even have a blade handy. Could use this maybe. Let's see. Ah, oh, it worked. Yay, it worked. So we can just put this here. Yeah. Yes, I'll cover it in a bit. Now I want one more. Because I think I can just slice them off with the scissors. Not very well, but something is better than nothing. Instead of crushing them completely, I got one more. I'm going to put it next to it. Okay. Even if it has air in it, I don't care. Because remember how those, we've seen all those amber things, you know, insects caught in amber, etc. They always had like some air bubbles in there, so I guess that's okay. So I'm just gonna press the petals in a bit. Remember, this does have varnish, but not as much as the first layer, so it just might work. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it will. Can I get some more? Of course I can. There we go. These are so pretty, but they need to not lose the color is what I want. But we don't always get what we want. Haha. It knows exactly where to land. It's ridiculous, I tell you. There's one. There's one more. Okay, come off my hand. Shall we call it a day? I might overdo it otherwise. Which is not exactly bad. It looks nice. I'm actually really liking how this is turning out. Someone I was speaking to recently, speaking to as on Insta DMs, and she was like, "Oh, I never expected you to paint, create something like the daffodils. Like, that was so unexpected." I mean, I don't know. Again, it's like, I don't really share everything that I do online, contrary to popular belief, I suppose. I don't know what you guys think about me, and I don't, just because I don't share stuff online all the time. Not everything. Even the recent spate of stuff, stories that I've been sharing from my personal life, that's like 10%. That's like 10% of what all has happened and the things I've done, etc. So, you know. And yeah, and artists do a bunch of things. Not just me, but any artist will have skills to do multiple things. Like I'm a photographer, sure, but I do a bunch of other stuff. Okay, I think this video is also getting too long, and so this is what we're going to end with now, and I will let you know how it goes once it's dry. I will obviously post it on my Insta stories. If it turns out really well, then I'll also post it on my Chaos Philos main Insta handle. On the feed, I mean. Main Insta handle is Naina, of course. And yeah, let's see. This should be interesting. There we go. Okay. Oh, I like the whole swirly thing that's happening. Right, cool. See you soon.